This is Xerxes. You shall not pass here, for I am your god. Welcome to the 312. None of you shall pass before me. You shall sit and bow. Kneel at my feet, for I am Xerxes, your god. Welcome back to MMOSmackTalk.com, guys. This is Vince. This is Paul. I am Ryan, your dark master. And this is Xerxes, your god. Okay, so segment 4, MMOSmackTalk.com. We're going to talk about the Fury. No, we're not going to talk about the Fury. We're going to go over that interview just a little bit, though, and talk about destructible buildings in the world of Warcraft. As you and I know them. And come the wrath of the Lich King, all of you shall listen to me, your god. Your god, Xerxes. Ryan, your god of light, worship me. Just like a couple 7-year-olds on the first time on their mic and just loving on the sound effects. Absolutely great, Malenko.
Okay, so let's go with this for a second. Okay, so what do you guys think about destructible buildings and all?
Like, they sound really cool. The only thing is, they didn't say much. No, they didn't. In this interview, they didn't say much at all. And that's what scares me. That's what was killing me too. About a year ago, they touched on this content. Haven't seen it. Would like to see it. But it's not quite there yet. And even here, they only alluded to it. Yes, and as of destructible buildings, what would you all like to see, actually? Would you like to see them outside of the BG or just in the BG? Outside of the BG. Would you like to see houses? Yes. Would you like to see farms? Farm boy? Would you like to sacrifice the livestock? Okay, so we're looking at world buildings. You got to gadgets and you build yourself a little farm. What are you going to do to protect it? What are they going to put in the game to both destroy and protect? One thing from Shadowbane is you could take your tiddly twat twig, walk up and smack a building with this twig, and eventually, when you come back 4 hours later to your computer, this thing is burning. It's on fire from hitting it with a little branch twig from a tree. I am anti-twigdom. A twig should not destroy your building. Twig destruction should not be in the game. Yeah, you gotta have maybe a siege weapon or something like that, which implemented later. Here's what I'm thinking. You have trebuchets, big for building destruction. Now, one thing I do not like is seeing a little gnome mage dragging a trebuchet up a steepy, snowy hill. I think in the game, and this is very class specific, but the simple fact that you're a gnome means you can't carry 5,000 pounds. You need a Tauren to do this kind of function. Rather than that, also, what I would like to see is, this is where engineers become really, what's that word I'm looking for, where they're really important? Valuable. Even better than valuable, it's a word I learned in 5th grade. I can't use it here. Okay, we'll go with valuable. Imperative. No. Close. Stupid. Yes. Okay, so engineers would have something where it would take their not entire guild, but it would take a lot of their guild to start doing some mining, start doing this and that, and collecting and gathering for them. And with the final product, with all of the gathering, this engineer could create the device to actually energize the trebuchet, or trebuchet, or whatever. And that would be, something like an engine. I say he actually creates the trebuchet, and it becomes a clickable item that a guild leader or another player could keep in their backpack, keep somewhere. But once activated, this trebuchet, let's say it takes either a Tauren or 50 little gnome mage elves to drag. Maybe a Tauren or a dwarf. Okay, that's one on each side. Okay, fine. No, Draenei. You're not thinking of Draenei. Very big, powerful class on the Alliance side now. To me it takes a little mass to move these things. Or you hire a elephant or a mule or something that can pull it. But I agree with Vince, it's a guild operated situation. You're not going to be able to have two annoying rogues go out, build a trebuchet on their own without mass effort and come and destroy your little farmhouse. And maybe you have only
goblins or gnomes actually able to fire off the trebuchet?
Sure. You know, you give each their own, to each their own. Maybe only, like you said, maybe they're only intelligent, the only ones intelligent enough to fire it off, something like that. But I really, I think it could be a viable thing. You know, you could have trebuchets in the traditional sense, where, you know, it's a catapult type of thing with a flaming ball of, you know, tar-soaked grass. You throw that at a building, or you get into more of the big bow and arrow style, and you could have all of these different diversities through different, you know, abilities of engineering. I know there's goblin engineering and several other types of engineering, and each one could create a different type of building destructive mechanic.
Yes, and you would also have to create the ammo. You couldn't have infinite arrows, for instance, in that kind of a...
Well, I see it as...
even for catapults, the trebuchets, you would have to be able to build cannonballs somehow. Maybe the engineers are blacksmiths.
Well, a blacksmith can build you your cannonball. He can build you your hinges, things like this. The wood, don't know where that come from, but you need a leather worker to build your strapping. You know, maybe a tailor to build another piece, you know, of it. But to me, it's a guild effort. It's not something where someone can go out and just build these all day long and grief like a madman.
Okay, so the question must be begged like peasants begging me for their souls. The question must be asked, what are we trying to destroy?
Other people's homes.
Okay, so homes.
Sure, homes, fortresses,
okay,
stables, barns, cows, chickens.
What? Now we mentioned...
Just like Shadowbane, you just total complete destruction.
Okay, we mentioned the purpose of a tower in one of our previous casts.
Sure.
Why we would have a tower, and each tower would contain a magical box that outputs certain ingredients.
Sure.
Okay, in terms of homes, what?
Women.
I don't like MMOs that have a lot of houses dotting the landscape. So, what would be the rule in context of WoW for building houses, and why would you build a house? Why would you want to defend this house?
I think it would be homeland based. I don't think that the house would so much be a battlefront. It should still be able to be destroyed, though. If I go over to my opposing faction's newbie starting land, which is where, you know, the people who started in that area have to build a house if they want a house. They build it in their homeland, where they came from. Now, they'd be able to store things in this place. Maybe they have a treasure chest. Maybe when they go there, they earn extra rested XP. Maybe, you know, you can put a lot of benefits in the game. Maybe you cook better at home.
Maybe you can even store stuff so people could sell it. So say they're far away grinding or something. They come to your house and they sell their goods. Kind of like Ultima Online, where they have the vendors outside. And you can hire... okay, going with
vendors.
Paul's idea, now check out this, okay? Just listen to the sort of storyline here. I am Xerxes. My God. Alright, so this could actually bring a bit of realism to the WoW universe.
It sure could.
So, I want to take it away from what Paul said about building in your newbie starting zone. I would say that if you're a horde, you can build in any horde area. In fact, you can also, at a greater risk, build in a yellow area, PvP zone, but there would be a greater risk because I think in those zones you're usually closer to the Alliance if you're Horde.
Right, yeah,
It's
you
more
have a common territory in between each of the areas.
Now check out this story here. So everybody builds up houses, and next thing you know, you hear or you read in the general chat or zone chat that there is a crusade happening in your home territory, and the Alliance is coming and burning down houses and villages, and all your possessions and vendors and fine armor and rested XP are being brought down in flame while you're off doing something. So the Horde, in this case, would have to unite and go